Hello everybody and welcome to The Day I Became a God episode 6 anime review. We're at the halfway point and of course with every anime like this it's summer festival time, isn't it great? I actually kind of liked some parts of this episode. I say some parts like I didn't like most of the episode. Most of it was fine for me. There was some shenanigans. Hina did a really stupid thing, like really stupid. Let's not be honest. Like if that happened to anyone I knew, they'd be dead because I don't know how to ride a motorcycle. You got lucky, Hina. You got lucky. But no, I liked the whole bit with him and his friend. Like, it was sort of played in the background a bit, which I kind of was like, oh, you couldn't have given it the proper focus like all the others have? Just because it's a bloke? Is that what's going on here? Bros before ladies, the other one. Anyway, let's get into the episode, see exactly how everything went down, and do this thing. We open up on a flashback or a dream of Yota and Ashura in a basketball game of some sort. We later find out they lost this basketball game, but they went and gave it the good old try. They gave it a good old try. After the opening, Hina watermelon eating, of course. He tells Hina there's a festival today. She's like, I want to go, and he's like, okay, go with my mum. And she's like, no, idiot, I want to go with you, Baka, but way less, nice than that. She wants to go with a big old group with all of the friends that they've met, basically. Basically everyone they've met so far that she wants to go to the festival with them. It's a little bit contrived, I'm going to be honest. He calls Tengan and she agrees. Like, why did she agree? Did she not forget he refused to sleep with her last time? If someone called me, it was like, I guess maybe that's her way of being. She thought she was getting it, but then maybe she saw it was a group and was like, "Oh man, you should have said that." I don't know. What can you say? Hina also said she would agree, and she did because Hina, future seer, obviously. Hina doesn't want to put on a yukata because she's like, if I take off my outfit, then I won't be a god anymore. And then Yota correctly is like, you wash every day. You always take it off, and no follow up on that. We then see Yukata, everyone. We see Sora, we see Izanami, we see Senpai, whose name I've forgotten. We see Tengan. Ashura is also there. He's not in a yukata. But did I get everyone? I think that's everyone. If I've forgotten a character, I'm going to feel horrible. But I think I got everyone. Ashura has the same reaction to Yota, to seeing the girls. Like, exactly the same. You can tell they're best friends. It's pretty good. Hina and Tengen don't get on very well. She's like, who's this brat? And she's like, I am a god woman. Bow down. And she's like, yeah. They all notice Tengan, the crowd, and they're like, okay, let's get moving before we get swarmed by fanboys and or girls and paparazzi. Let's just go have fun at the festival. We'll do all the festival fun times like cotton candy and I've never been to a goldfish scooping. They always do that, and they did it in here as well, actually. I just remembered. Let's go do all the fun things, basically. Izanami tells them about this thing called tamasen, which is just this. It's really good junk food, basically. I've never had any, but I kind of want some now. It looks very plain, but it's actually delicious, and it's like good trash, basically. By trash, I mean like junk food, not necessarily like trash is in the bin. That would be terrible. Then there's goldfish scooping. Izanami teaches Yota, and then we have jealous, angry Hina. There's a lot of jealous, angry Hina this week, which is obviously, not good because is she just small or is she actually like young? I don't know her age. Like, is it weird or is it not weird? I mean, to be fair, Yota is not interested in her in the slightest. I'll say yet because I'm not confident. I'm not confident he won't ever be, but I'll say for right now, he definitely wants to be with Izanami, so that's good. They work together to knock Penguin over. Was it Hina? I think it was Hina and Yota, or was it Izanami? No, I think it was Yota. It was Hina. It was Hina and Yota because she's like, this thing will fall with two people doing it. And then Izanami wants to be taught by Yota. They go do a ball throwing bingo. I don't really know exactly what it is. I don't know what it is. You throw a ball at some numbers and you win if you win, I guess. And then Hina gets a scary Oni mask. I went through this bit kind of quick just because it was some festival shenanigans. You kind of know what to expect. But yeah, that happened, I guess. You know what, actually, before we move on to the haunted house bit, it is kind of weird that all the festival shenanigans really didn't use all the characters. Like, you've gathered all the characters here, but then, like, Tengen and Sora and the Senpai, they didn't really do much. And Ashura as well, which is kind of weird. Like, why bother gathering them all if you're not gonna make use of them all? Kind of weird. Anyway, haunted house is good. They send the girls in, Ashura and Yota. I guess Ashura's made a deal with the owner of the haunted house stall, I guess, because Ashura and Yota are going to be doing the scaring. And then they go in their haunted house, see what the girl's dealing with. That's actually horrifying. Like, you know, normally in these sorts of haunted house anime, not anime, but haunted house parts of an episode, it's usually like really cheesy and not very good. This was actually terrifying. Like, if I was in that haunted house, I would die. Like, legit, of fright. Not good. Tengen gets left behind. There's a bunch of spooks. It's very scary. They do make it out, though, and they're like, I thought I was going to die. And, you know, the boys afterwards just do this big old high five. Like, bros, lads, am I right? It's pretty good. They then also talk about the basketball game, and Yota's feeling all down. He's like, because we lost because of me. And Ashura's like, no, you did well, my dude. And it's like, Yota, get with that one. You know, just ignore, screw Izanami, screw Hina, screw everyone else. He's your bro, man. Stick with your bro. You can't go wrong there. We then go to a bit more festival shenanigans. They find a rope game where you gotta like see where the rope connects to and everything, I guess. And Hina calls them out for cheating, basically. He's like, you're missing 3 ropes, mate. And then some thugs or bodyguards show up and like, what's the problem over here? Basically, the expensive stuff, you're never gonna win that because there's no rope connected to it. Hina, and to be fair, I don't see how that's fair that they call them out on their cheating and then they get like thugs after them. You know, that's kind of screwy. I mean, everyone knows all festival games are rigged, but that's besides the point. And like carnival games, everything's rigged, but that's besides the point. They then do this shape dislodging thing. I forget the official name of it, but I've seen it in a few shows, festival shows, where they got like, it's like a bit of plastic and they got to carve out the shape without breaking it. I don't know, like I said, don't know what it's called, but they do some of that. Yota goes to talk to Izanami because she's off by herself for some reason. Don't know why she did that. Hina sees Yota with Izanami and gets all upset and indignant. It's like, well, fine then. I'm going to go find some strapping young rich guy and he's going to be my boyfriend. That'll make Yota all jealous. She goes searching for a lolicon, basically. Which is very funny. She's like, hey, you there, you're a lolicon. And it's a dude in a Charlotte t-shirt, like the show. It's got the idol on it. But the dude looks like the dude from Charlotte. Like, not the main dude, the other dude. Like, I can't remember. It's been a few months. How long has it been since? I think it has only been a few months since I've seen Charlotte. But he looks very similar. So if it's the same character, same universe, right? That's how it works. But no, it probably isn't the same character. It probably just has... there's a little reference there, which is nice, because I think there's an Angel Beats reference in Charlotte. Let's just keep referencing the previous one, I guess. Yeah, tries to get lolicons to you know, tries to seduce some lolicons, basically, is what she's trying to do. Which is very scary, because if she had succeeded... Yeah, that's a worrying thought, because yeah... I don't need to explain it, do I? No, let's move on. But yeah, then she's by herself and she was like, I'm having such a good time. Why did I make it so I'm all on my own now? And it's like, oh, I feel kind of sad for you, but all your problems are self-caused. So no, actually, no, it's just because you're jealous. Then she ends up in a car park, climbs into a freezer lorry, I guess for like cooling drinks or whatever. And then, of course, the lorry or truck, I don't know if Americans say lorry. Lorry is a truck, basically. Yeah, she gets in there, she gets locked in, and it drives off. So she's locked in the very cold temperatures, and yeah, she's in trouble. She's like, oh no, I am in danger, and it's like, not good, Hina. Not a great idea you've had there, is it? I mean, she's an idiot, right? Like, she was like, oh, let me just get in this cold truck to rest, and I'm like, I know it's hot, right? But no. Like, first off, you don't own that truck. That's just a random truck. Don't climb in there. And second off, it's a truck. Trucks have wheels. What's wrong with you, Hina? Like, Pretty stupid, I'm gonna be honest. But she's the smartest stupid person I've ever seen. Like, that's a good way to explain it, I think, anyway. The others interrupt Yota and Izanami's, we'll call it flirting, to be like, we lost Hina, basically. We don't know where she is. Everyone goes about searching, and that's just an excuse to get rid of most of the cast, really. They hear about the lolly, the Ashura and Yota. There's like, yeah, some lolly was trying to get abducted, I guess. And they're like, oh, that's not good. They find the stuff she dropped when she got in the truck, and yeah, then they think, okay, she got abducted. They ask the truck driver, where's the truck that was here going to? He's like, it's going to Tokyo, I think, which is probably quite far away. They're probably in trouble. And yeah, then they get the motorbike. They get on the motorbike and they vroom vroom to the future. Which is good, because you're going to need the motorbike to vroom vroom to the future, because if you don't, Hina's she's going to freeze to death, and that's not good. They catch up to the truck, which is good, because motorbike is faster than truck, it turns out. They try to signal the driver, be like, hey man, stop your thing, and he just beeps at them, and he's like, stupid kids, and it's like, no man, look at his face, he's serious. Ashura tells him, jump onto the truck, which I'm just sitting there like, don't do that. Don't jump onto the truck. There's got to be a better way to do this than that. That's a terrible idea. We then get a bit of Ashura backstory, I guess. So Ashura had got a leg injury in a truck accident, ironically enough, and then from then on he couldn't play basketball anymore, but Yota believes he could. I don't know if this was after or before that basketball game we saw at the end, and like maybe it was just like, I mean, it was presumably before, and it turns out no, he still can't play basketball. They failed back at that losing game, but he was like, hey, when you jumped then, I felt like I jumped with you. So it's like, is that what he was saying? Like, he can't jump anymore, but he can still play, like, support? And maybe that's what they were doing? Or maybe it was just before the injury. Not too sure. And then he's like, all right, jump, Yota. And there's this dramatic music playing as he jumps off his shoulders. It's a beautiful thing. Bros before ladies. I said it already, but I'm going to say it again. Yeah, he jumps on the truck, sticks his head down in front of the driver, and is like, hey, stop the truck. This is an emergency. Which is pretty funny. At that point, the driver can't exactly ignore him. They save Hina. She's freezing in there. It's weird that they played it all comedically. Like, she was like, she had like the chattery, like a comedy. I kind of feel like they should have played that more serious. Like, just for what's coming on. She thanks him, and it's all nice. She's like, thank you, Yota. And he's like, my heart skipped a beat. And it's like, oh no, that's not good. They make it back in time for fireworks, because of course they do. Like, nothing happened. There was no crisis whatsoever. Yota and Ashura are like, I'm glad we're best friends, bro. And it's like, same, bro. And it's really cool and dramatic, bro. And then obviously fireworks, and Yota's like, what's the future going to look like? There's no way the world's going to end in 9 days or whatever it was. So I still don't know what's going on with that, like, and how that relates to the hacker kid as well. Like, we haven't seen him in like 2 or 3 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks. But still, like, I'd like that to be followed up for soon, because like, I'm just waiting at this point, like, what's going on. But no, the world-ending thing, my early theory, I'm going to call it early, but I don't know how this relates to the Hina's brain power, thinking power, what's it called, future power, clairvoyance, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how it relates to that, I don't know how it relates to the hacker kid. My thinking is, Hina is going to die in 9 days, so when she says the world's going to end, she basically means my world's going to end, because she's going to die. That's kind of what I think is going to happen. I could be wrong, though. Like, I haven't thought much more on it, but that's kind of how I see it happening. Early guess. I mean, I'm sure other people have made that guess too. I don't think I'm the first to say it, but yeah, I definitely think that's a thing that could happen, because they are going to try and make us cry. And other than last week, they haven't really done that yet, and that's the concern. Anyway, though, that was the end of the episode. It was pretty solid. Bros are good is basically what it is. I'm having to think of something cool to put as a title. Don't know what it's going to be yet, though, so that's exciting for me to figure out. Anyway, though, what was my favourite part of this episode? You'll never guess. So my favourite part, I'll make this very quick, you should probably tell, it's the whole bromance we got going on between Ashura and Yota. Like I said, kind of feel a bit bad that it didn't really get the whole episode spotlight. It was just sort of like in the background for other things, if that makes sense. We then had, and also we had like festival shenanigans. It was easily the highlight of the episode, though. I think so. Would like to see more with that, to be completely honest with you. I'd like to see more with pretty much everyone. Like, nobody feels like they've had enough time for me to super care too much. Like, I don't dislike anyone really, but you know, I'm not too bothered. It's sort of how it is. I feel like Izanami's probably had the most. Yeah, I want the senpai to get more to her because I like her. I like her the most. She's cute. That's my insight right there. But anyway, thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe and stuff, and also comment. Let me know what you think is going to happen. I'd like to see other people's theories. You know, it makes me happy too. What's going on with the hacker kid? What do you think is going to happen when the world ends? Let me know. I will see you, though, next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye, guys.